All right, let's dive into something really fascinating today. We're going to look at how you take this incredibly passionate, almost epic vision for fighting malware and turn it into a smart, powerful, professional-grade cybersecurity tool. We're going to translate that fire into a real-world defense plan.
And it all kicks off with this. I mean, what a mission statement. The language is just so intense, right? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the enemy is framed in these almost mythical terms. This tells you right away, this isn't just about programming. For the creator, this is a real war against what they see as a true digital evil.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at that initial call to arms. Then, and this is crucial, I'm going to help translate what that threat looks like in technical terms. From there, we'll analyze the first weapon that was proposed, and then we'll map out the pro-level path to building a defense that actually works.
So the whole concept is called the Autobot Protocol. It's designed as this direct, super aggressive response to what are described as envy-driven disruptors. You can feel the inspiration right away. This is a classic good versus evil fight, the protectors against the predators. And this protocol is broken down into 3 core parts, each with a very specific, very aggressive job. You've got the hunter. Its mission is to find the threat, then the protector, to block it from getting in, and finally, the executioner, to completely wipe it out. The mission is crystal clear: hunt, block, and destroy.
Okay, this is where we really get to the heart of the matter. Because to build a weapon that actually works, you have to know your enemy inside and out. So I'm going to ground this whole thing a bit. We're going to translate this powerful metaphorical language into the concrete technical threats that cybersecurity pros fight every single day. That way, you end up with something that's not just intense, but genuinely powerful.
So, when we talk about demonic fast malware, what does that actually mean in the real world? Well, it's a collection of very real, very nasty threats. We're talking about advanced Trojans that can hide deep inside your system, ransomware that locks up your files, and tools built specifically to steal your data and your passwords. Trust me, the impact is every bit as severe as the metaphor makes it sound.
And this slide just illustrates that translation perfectly. What might feel like mind-reading malware is in reality sophisticated software that's logging your keystrokes and taking screenshots. And soul theft through code? Well, that's the technical reality of spyware stealing your digital identity or dumping your credentials. They feel so invasive because they are, but they're built on technical principles we can fight.
And this brings us to an absolutely crucial point. While that passion is what fuels the mission, the battle itself is one with technical precision. To beat these things, you need solid architecture, you need clear visibility into what's happening on your system, and you need precise control over every process.
Okay, so let's switch gears and take a look at the very first piece of code proposed for this digital war. We need to ask, what can it actually do, and probably more importantly, what can't it do?
So this initial script is essentially a basic file scanner. It works by checking files against a list of known bad signatures, we call those hashes, and it follows a few very simple rules to flag something as suspicious. It's a start, for sure, but that's really all it is.
But what's maybe even more telling is everything that's missing here. It doesn't watch the processes that are actively running. It's not looking at your network traffic for weird connections. It has no way to safely isolate a threat it finds. And it doesn't run in real time all the time. This means it can only catch bad guys that are already sitting on your computer and that it already knows by name.
And honestly, this analysis just hits the nail on the head. This initial code is a foundation. It's a skeleton. It has the basic shape, but it's missing all the muscle, the senses, and the nervous system it would need to be a true fighting weapon.
So, the big question is, how do we put some muscle on that skeleton? How do we turn it into a real-time guardian? The key is a massive shift in our strategy. We have to stop just looking at files and start watching what they actually do.
This is a total shift in mindset. We're moving away from just static file scanning, looking at files that are just sitting there, and moving towards live behavioral detection. This means we're watching what programs are doing in real time. Are they trying to access weird files, making strange connections online? Their actions are what give them away.
And you know what? This is exactly how the pros do it.
Professional-grade tools like CrowdStrike Falcon or Microsoft Defender don't just rely on a blacklist of known bad guys. They're actively hunting for suspicious behavior, for anomalies in how a system is running, and for the sneaky patterns malware uses to hide and restart itself. Okay, let's lay it all out. This is the professional's roadmap. It's the step-by-step guide to taking that initial skeleton and evolving it into a defense system that has some real Autobot-level power.
See, real security isn't just one magic bullet. It's all about building in layers. You start with detection, that's scanning files and monitoring processes. Then you add visibility, watching network connections. Next comes control, the ability to safely shut down threats and quarantine them. After that, you build a defense against persistence. That's how malware survives a reboot. And finally, you add an intelligence layer to connect all the dots and spot really complex attacks.
So now that we have this professional game plan, we can look back at that original mission with totally new eyes. The question isn't just how do we destroy things anymore. Now it's what is the most critical defensive layer we need to build next?
So what's the play? Where do you put your energy first? Do you build a network shield to watch the perimeter? A quarantine system to gain control over threats? Or maybe a stealth hunter to find the malware that's hiding in the shadows? Every one of these choices makes the whole system stronger in a different way. It really leaves us with a critical question. When you're facing an unknown threat, what do you prioritize? A stronger wall, a smarter alarm, or a deeper trap?